What's up, YouTube? I want to go over a little BMX buying guide. I see a lot of YouTubers do these, but they never explain stuff. Like when I first started getting into BMX, and I'd get on YouTube, and like just none of the videos had enough details to be able to pick out what I wanted. So I kind of went into this blind when I first got my bike. So I never knew what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Now I know what I wanted. You know, I've been riding BMX for about a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. I think we're coming up on, this is the second summer of me riding. I've had this bike for about a year and a half, a year and 7 months, and it's pretty much a totally different bike. So all the parts are a little over a year. Actually, there ain't nothing on this bike that's a year old besides the tires. The tires just crossed a year. So yeah, thanks to my sponsor. Really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't do this shit without you. So let's get to the video. Alright, so we're going to start with the frame. So your frame, there's a lot of different options that you can get for frames. And, you know, BMX people might not realize this. But let's talk about head tubes first. So your head tube is basically your top tube that's on your top. And there's different lengths of tubes and different angles that are going to do different things for you. So like for like somebody that'd be like 4'5", you know, you probably want to go with like an 18-inch tube or something like that. For a guy that's like 5'2" or something like I am, 20.5, even though I run a 20.75 frame. That's just how long the frame is, and they measure them by fractions of inches. So you might not think that a fraction of an inch will make a difference, but it really does. Okay, guys. So now let's talk about angles of stuff. Oh yeah, they also go all the way up to 21.75, but that's for a real tall guy. My arms are already fully extended when I'm riding. So let's talk about different angles of tubes, of like your head tubes and your seat tubes and all that. Okay, so you want to go for, like, say you're a street rider and say you do a lot of, like, you know, you don't have money to go to skate parks. You know, you don't have a car like I do. You know, I mean, like I don't. You know, I don't have a car, so I can't go to skate parks and stuff. Your best bet's to get a 76-degree angle head tube with a 71 degree seat tube. Basically, is what the 76-degree tube does is it makes it to where you can turn quicker and make sharper turns. I'm not really sure what this tube is, so I'm gonna show you on the bike. I just got done cleaning it. Took me about an hour to clean, but she's ready to go. She looks good as far as I'm concerned. I would think. I don't know. I can't see it. Okay. So like this right here, your head tube, seat tube right here. So when I'm talking about it, I believe these are like 70s. I think like my seat tube's like a 69 and the top tube like a 72 or 71. This isn't my dream BMX frame, don't get me wrong. Okay. Okay, so, and then depending on what you want to do, your rear end length matters. So your chainstay length, when you're looking on the internet buying a frame, it'll say either rear end length or chainstay length. And what that means is different lengths of rear ends are meant for different things. So like a 15-inch rear end, built to go fast, built to have more speed. You can do tricks with them, of course, but you know, it's a longer rear end. Best thing for like manualing and wheelies and shit would be like a 13 to 13.5 inch. Also, let's go over dropouts. You want to make sure that your dropouts are heat treated. And nowadays tires go all the way up to 2.5, which is big. I'll show you guys what my tires are. My rear is a 2.3, so 2.5 is bigger. When I first got my bike, I had 2.4s, and they were huge. Like even this tire is big compared to like the small, my bad. And this tire is big. I mean, it's wide. a wide rear tire. I'm going to show you what a 2.3 looks like, and then you guys can go look on the internet and see what a 2.5 looks like. Or they'll sometimes be measured in like at like 2.40 or something like that. This is the rear 2.3 right here. 2.3. Love the sound of that hub. That hub is the sound of sealed bearings. We'll get to rims in a minute. Guideline for rims. But depending on what kind of riding you do, you want to go for like tires that, like a street tire is like a slick. They're really good, but you hit some gravel or something, you're going down. I used to run slicks on my bike and I didn't like it. I switched over to all-purpose tires, and I really think that it's made me a better rider, because when you come down on some dirt and the bike comes out from under you, that shit ain't fun. Trust me, my bike comes out from under me when I would do tricks. Okay, sorry guys, I don't mean to like have you guys facing down. I'm trying to plug in my phone so that we don't die here. Got an extension cord, got a 25 footer. Okay. Okay, it's plugged in. Alright, so I went with the Odyssey Mike Akins. I don't know if you guys seen my bike check video or not. I went the Odyssey Mike Akins and the Sabrosa Gravedigger in the rear. Real good tires. One thing I've noticed with the Sabrosa is it has some rolling resistance, which I haven't really liked, but I got some pretty powerful legs, so we get past that shit real easy. But now let's go to wheels. Wheels, you want to go, if you're going to be doing BMX riders, like parents, you're watching this, and you're wanting to have your kid get into BMX and shit, your best bet would be go to aluminum. It's aluminum. Shit. Let's go through price ranges. So say you're spending like $90 on a wheel. You're going to go with the Stolen. That's a good wheel from what I've heard. It's got a ceramic bearing in it. It's a sealed bearing, so it's good. It's not the best wheel in the world, but I haven't heard anything bad about them. The Stolen wheel. I was about to get that, but yeah, we pretty much tripled the money on this other wheel that I ended up going with. Okay, then we're gonna go to like a Cinema ZX wheel. ZX2? That's like $150, something like that, $159. Not a bad wheel, pretty good. Got a loud hub, nice sealed bearings, real good. I went with the Salt Plus Mesa wheel with the narrow walls, so it's super strong. Okay, another thing is when you buy wheels, a week after riding on them, you need to true them up, because manufacturers don't true their wheels very well. They never true them because different riders like different true settings. Personally, I like my wheels tight as hell, so that I know that they ain't coming apart when I come down from something and I put my 180-pound body down on it. Okay? So yeah, that's going to be a spoke wrench. You want to go with some 14 gauge spokes. I like the 14 gauge, 36 holes. So you just want to make sure you go with the double walled wheel that has sealed bearings if you're going to be riding BMX tricks. Okay. So now let's go to forks. Forks, you got an offset, okay? Different offsets. Like I run Odyssey R32 forks. Super good forks, but the offset, which I'll show you what the offset is. Hang on, let me go show you what offset means. So your offset is these little fork things that come out from your forks. These are 32 millimeters. These are usually measured in millimeters. So different offsets are for different things. Like this, these are for coming off of dirt jumps and you know, not flipping forward. Put your front wheel out a little bit farther. They have R25s. I really like these R series forks. I really stand by Odyssey because they got the lifetime warranty. And when you have a bike and you're hard on it, the warranty's worth it. But I've been really happy with these forks. These forks are super light, and my favorite rider, Aaron Ross, runs these forks, and he says he's never cracked them. And if you know Aaron Ross, which I have his signature bars. These are the Aaron Ross Boss V2 bars. Got a pretty good price tag on them. But those are all these parts are 4,130 chromoly, which means that the chromoly steel is heated up to 4,130 degrees, which makes it super strong. Okay? Super strong. These forks are thinner than my other forks, my Eastern forks, and they're stronger than those. Guarantee it. I actually want to do a video of me destroying some of my old parts. So the R25s are going to be easier for nose manualing. Nose manualing is where you bring up your rear tire and you do a bunch of crazy shit, doing front wheel tricks. It's going to make it a little bit easier to get that rear end up in the air. Like with these, I jump back onto my pegs to get the rear tire up in the air. It's practically impossible to do any kind of manualing with this, but I like it because when I bump into shit, it's easier for me to balance it so I don't flip over my handlebars. That's what I like about it. It's crazy how millimeters really makes a difference. Most forks come in like 30 millimeters, I believe. Most of them do, but Odyssey has the R32s and the R25s. Jacob Cable on Odyssey's team runs R25s because he's a nose manual guy. He loves nose manuals. I want to learn how to nose manual and tail whip. Get my charger plugged back in here. Once again, I'm sorry y'all, I'm trying to get this charger plugged in. Alright, so we talked about forks, we talked about bars. Your bars, they're different heights of bars. Different heights of guys need different bars. I personally run 9.25s and I had 9.8s on it. 9.8 Odyssey lumberjack bars before. I put on these Odyssey Aaron Ross Boss V2 bars. And the Odyssey lumberjacks held up real good. They held up for me for about a year. And I still never broke them or nothing like that. So, yeah. Another thing, guys, keep your stickers and your cards when you buy forks and shit. Don't throw that shit out. And don't peel it off because it takes away the warranty on shit. Okay? Trust me, I had to learn the hard way. Another thing, let's go to the covered bars. Oh yeah, cranks. We gotta go to cranks, sprocket, and chain, and bottom bracket. All right, so cranks. We're gonna go to cranks. Let me show you what cranks will do. So we're different types of cranks, and I honestly don't know where my dad put my other cranks, but I'll show you guys the cranks. So these right here, where your pedals are connected to. Damn. These cranks are RHD and LHD. Wow, I didn't know that. So these are your cranks, and these can get pretty expensive. I've seen some cranks cost like $250. That's only profile. I actually have a set of profile cranks out here in the shed.